Your country 1039 KGRT. That is Frankie Ballard, Sunshine and Whiskey.
Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets of Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. downtown Las Cruces.
That's right. It is time for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. By the way, my brother did visit the Farmers and Crafts Market on Saturday morning over the weekend. Said he really, really liked it. Would like to get there maybe a little bit earlier when it's not quite so hot. Well, that's planning, bro, planning. Anyway, our question of the day today. I said we were going to get nostalgic because remember growing up as a kid is a little bit different than today, right? Whether you're a Gen Xer like I am and you grew up in the 70s, 80s, or, you grew up in the 90s, or I will even say this, because there are kids old enough right now that even if you were growing up in the early 2000s, remember what it was like when you were growing up? Yeah. Do you think your kids can handle that? Well, there's a new trend out there called 90s Kids Summer. Of course, the idea is basically to give your kids the kind of summer you had back when everything, well, we shall say it was a lot simpler. Yeah, that means, as a Gen Xer, running through the sprinklers, drinking hose water, riding bikes all day long with minimal supervision, because we're tough. Or basically just get outside and play. Don't come back till it's dark, right? Apparently, this is a big trending thing, and I don't know if our kids can handle it these days. I mean, no internet, no phones that you can carry everywhere with you. Just go outside and play, either playing baseball with the neighbor kids or, hanging out in the backyard, just stuff like that. Would your kids actually be able to handle it? I think the younger kids would actually be fine with it because, everything is just fun. But some more older kids, I don't know. And like I said, whether you grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and like I said, even the early 2000s are a fair game. And remember, early 2000s, no smartphones. I'm just saying, they barely had cameras in their phones. So our question of the day today, do you think that kids these days would be able to handle the summers you had as a kid? Think about that one for a bit. Let me know your answers by giving me a call at 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. And, of course, we are live on our social media pages as well, so you can leave your comments there. Do you think that kids these days would be able to handle the summers that you had as a kid? Honestly, I think it would be kind of tough when they get started, but, I think they'd enjoy it a little bit more. Most of them. There will be a few that will just kind of, just wasn't meant for them, I guess. Let me know your answers for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. All righty. Double checking everything. Double. Anyway, we are exclusively live on our social media pages right now. So seriously, this is an interesting question because, as time goes on and times change, I mean, even when you were growing up, do you think that maybe you could have handled the summers that your parents had? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be pretty interesting for me. As long as I have some good music, I think I could handle it, but, there's a lot of times, get your headphones on there. And I don't think that we would be able to afford headphones right there. They were more of a professional thing. But yeah, I am just saying that it's kind of a mixed bag. I think some kids will actually love it and get into it. And then others would not be able to handle, half a day or a day without their phones or their iPads or anything else like that. But it would be lots of fun to just do a little experiment for a day. See if they can actually handle it. Plan those activities and things that you would have done when you were a kid for your kids and see how they handle it. So, yeah, basic question there. Do you think your kids these days, or kids in general these days, you don't even have to have kids, just kids in general these days, do you think they would be able to handle the summers that you had as a kid? Yeah. Or even if you've got some kids out there, hey, let me know. Would you like to try it? Yeah, that's a good question for you. Go ahead and let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in, not Texas. Text them in, call them in, 575-523-KGRT. And also, of course, we are live on our social media pages, so you can go ahead and leave your comments there as well for our question of the day. In the meantime, let's kind of check out, see what's going on in and around the world. Starbucks hyping up their new firework Frappuccino for July 4th. It has berry flavors, coconut milk, strawberry puree, and vanilla sweet cold foam. That actually sounds really good. That'll be going on for the weekend, I think. Lululemon has filed a lawsuit against Costco, claiming the discount retail copied its jacket, sweatshirt, and pant designs. Oh, okay. Honestly, good for them. Let's see. Dollar Tree now selling Arby's frozen curly fries. I actually prefer their regular fries, not the curly ones. Their other ones are really good. Let's see. Many viewers believe the question on Jeopardy have become more difficult in season 41. Well, maybe they need them to be a little bit more challenging. Actually, my mom and Johnny, they got those guys. My mom and her husband, they actually watch Jeopardy almost every day. And, I hate to say it, but when I'm with them, I actually get into it, start answering all the questions. Well, the ones that I know anyway. Let's see. Apple Studios officially developing a sequel to F1 because it did so well over the weekend. Still has to make back its money, but it's doing pretty good. And TSA is introducing a new security lane for active duty service members. About time. Additionally, Gold Star families will have their TSA pre-check fees waived. TSA is aiming to ease travel for the military community. They should have been doing that in the first place. Once again, we are looking for answers for our question of the day today. And very simply, because there's this new trend going on online, it's called basically a 90s kid summer. But the idea is to give your kids the kind of summer that you had back when everything was a lot simpler. So, just in general, whenever you grew up, if you're a Gen Xer, Gen Y, that whole thing, do you think your kids could handle the summers that you had when you were a kid? Willing to try it out for a day? I don't know. Let me know your answers for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.